Okay, so last night I was talking to a friend, trying to come up with some new video ideas. I'd kind of drawn dead. And something occurred to me this morning after talking about it. I am going to be starting an athletic blog here. When something strikes me as needing to be talked about, or I want to give my opinion on something that's going on in the sporting world, this is where I'm going to come, so I hope you all come and check it out. Today I'm going to talk about the upcoming Olympics in Beijing, and in two things in particular. I'm going to talk about the basketball team in the present and in the past, and I'm going to talk about the new Speedo swimsuit, the LZR Racer, that everyone's been having a problem with. Alright, so first up on the docket here is the United States' basketball dominance being encroached upon by the rest of the world. The answer to that simply is no. I've got three examples that I'm going to try and point out that are going to illustrate my point here. The first of which is depth. In the NBA, we would have enough stars to fill 3 or 4 all-star teams. It's incredible the amount of players we have in the NBA that are amazing basketball players, and that's just not doable in other countries. Yes, we have a bigger population base, which is obviously a great advantage to us, but that's the advantage that we have. You cannot tell me that there's enough stars to fill that many rosters throughout the world. It's just not the way it works. I mean, you look at Europe. Where do their star athletes go to play basketball? They come to the United States. Dirk Nowitzki is a prime example, as is Paul Gasol. Plus, they don't have the role players that we have. We have so many great role players that there could be very big stars. So the second thing I want to talk about is the different rules by comparison from the international game to the NBA game, and in particular, the court dimensions. Here's a picture of the FIBA court dimensions and the Olympic court dimensions compared to NBA court. Here you have the international regulation basketball court. As you can see, at the base of the lane, it is about 6 meters wide, which is 20 feet. By comparison, the NBA lane is 16 feet wide. This was actually enacted partially because of the NBA's and the United States' dominance in the big man game underneath. That 4 feet makes a marked difference. It makes it hard to set up in the lane, which is something that the NBA and U.S. basketball players do a lot. This is something that greatly affects our game as a whole on the international scale. Alright, so transitioning to the third and most important piece of information, in my opinion, is we don't send our best talent over there. We always offer for them to go over there, but most times they don't accept those offers. They want their off-season, they don't want to get hurt, anything along those lines, so they decide they don't want to go. Here's a picture of the 2004 roster. Okay, so don't take offense to any of your favorite players if I insult them, because it's not meant to be mean. Tim Duncan was the best player on this team, great player. You got Sean Marion or Amari Stoudemire, who were still very young, but were coming into their careers being very good, as was Carlos Boozer. They came into the league together. They were all showing, sparks of brilliance, but they were all, only had 2 years in the NBA. Then you've got Allen Iverson. Enough said. He's a great jump shooter. Now I'm going to move into the less stunning side of this basketball team. These players can be very good now, but they, at that point in time, were not. You've got Emeka Okafor, great player in college, but hadn't played a single minute, not 1 minute in the NBA at this point. You got Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James having played only 1 season. They were not ready at this point in time. 1 season in the NBA does not prepare you for the trials of the Olympics, the pressure that you have put on you. You've got Richard Jefferson. Now, Richard Jefferson is and was a good basketball player, but he was never a great basketball player. He was a role player. Did not belong on this team. I can think of any number of players that should have replaced Richard Jefferson on this team. Final player I want to point out is someone that I always laugh at, Stephon Marbury. I mean, what happened to this guy? He was good for his season and he disappeared. He did not belong on this team, period. There's nothing to say about Stephon Marbury. I'd rather had Richard Jefferson on this team than Stephon Marbury because he's a cancer. He's not a great player. He's a decent player, and he plays for himself. So, that was our 2014, and we could have had a lot better talent on this team without even thinking about it. Talk about our current team. Our current team is, a lot better than the 2014, but it's still missing some of the greatest NBA stars that I really think should be on the team. I'm going to read you the roster here. We've got Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James, both incredible players right now in their career, far better now than they were originally when they played in the 2004, just because at that point in time they weren't ready. Dwight Howard. Now, Dwight Howard is a great basketball player, but he's the only center on the team, and we don't even know if he's going to be ready to go. He has a bruised sternum right now. He's unable to practice with the team. Kobe Bryant, reigning MVP. Chris Paul, second place in the MVP voting. A lot of people think he could have won it. Best point guard in the league right now. Jason Kidd, great veteran point guard. Does it all. Rebounds, assists, shoots the ball well. Darren Williams, another great point guard on the team. Michael Redd, who definitely could be replaced by any number of players, but is still decent. Very good three-point shooter, but that's the only thing he does. We could have used a lot of different players as opposed to Michael Redd. Dwayne Wade, who has lost a step. I think that Dwayne Wade is still a very good basketball player, though, and definitely belongs on the team. And Carlos Boozer has definitely stepped up from his original, his original experience in the 2004 Olympics. And then Chris Bosh is also a decent power forward. But, there's several players that are not on this team that should be, in my opinion. You've got, dare I say it, I'm sorry for, offending anyone, Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett makes this excuse, I want to rest. Get over, he pretends that he's this person for the people, this great hero for the people, and he's not on the team. He never has been. He never will be. And that, that bothers me. I understand it's his off season, but if I was given the opportunity to play in the Olympics, I'd be there in a split second. I would take pride in that in my country. You've also, you got Tayshaun Prince on this team, who is, there to play defense, and that's something that we need, because we never play good defense in the Olympics. So he's great to be there. But, I would like to replace Michael Redd with any number of three-point shooters that have a little bit more game than he does. So we're definitely missing some of our best stars on this team, but I think that we can get, that I can get over that. Now I'm going to move on to talk about the LZR Racer suit. That is, it's people have called the LZR Racer suit cheating. It's just a swimsuit. It's just like using a different kind of bat or, wearing a different kind of cleat. Anybody who says it's cheating has lost their mind. It's technological advancement. It's not steroids. Anyone can use it. It's not against the rules. If you have a contract with Mizuno and you want to wear the Speedo, you're either going to have to wear the Mizuno or you're going to have to break your contract. Coaches and swimmers who have called this cheating, and I don't mean to be offensive, are sour grapes. It's not cheating. You're wearing a swimsuit. You're still doing the swimming. The Italian coach has has said his swimmers are more than welcome to wear the Speedo, but they will be fined. And I guarantee that every last one of those Italian swimmers are probably going to wear the LZR Racer because they think it's going to make a difference, and odds are it will. 38 world records have fallen since this swimsuit has came out in February. That's unreal. So yeah, it's been making headlines because the United States and Australia have contracts with this. Well, that's their advantage. They didn't transfer over to Mizuno when Mizuno did a great job in the Olympics last year. They stuck with Speedo, and now they have the advantage. So that's what it boils down to, in my opinion. I know that was a little short, but kind of running low on time. I hope that you all enjoyed the sports blog here. I'd love to hear ideas for the future. I'm thinking about doing one on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays right now. That'll probably be my next one, but be sure to leave ideas for any following sports blogs.
Yeah, here we go for the 100th time. Hand grenade pins in every line. Throw them up and let something shine. Going out of my fucking mind.